I am here today and we're talking about the seven secrets. Seven secrets, right? And I call them secrets not because we don't know what they are, right? Um, I call them secrets because, most people in life know exactly what you're supposed to do and we don't do it. Okay, so explain that to me. How is it that you know exactly how to lose weight? You know exactly how to make money. You know exactly how to have a good relationship. You know all of these things. How you doing, Italian Power? You know all of these things about how to achieve the life that you want, and you don't do it. We don't do what we're supposed to do. We don't do a lot of the things that are necessary to have a better life. But we know it. We have the knowledge of it. We understand it. So when you are living your life, right, guys, when you're living your life and you talk about what truly makes you happy, it's not like you don't know the secrets to make you happy. I think that one of the most important things when it comes to happiness is execution, right? It's execution. It is the the act of doing, right? It's the act of doing. I found all the time, like one of the biggest deals for me when it comes to my happiness, when it comes to me achieving the greatest level of happiness that I have ever achieved in my life. I found that uh, the biggest deal for me was the fact that I was in the process of, right? I wasn't contemplating, I wasn't thinking about it, I wasn't writing out my goals and stuff like that. No, I was in the process of doing. And if you can start to be in the process of doing more than you're in the process of thinking about it, then I think that you can achieve the happiness that you're truly looking for. So I say that to tell you guys that this process, right, of trying to achieve the greatest level of happiness that you can, this process is a doing process. It's not a write it down and try to figure out process. No, this is the process of doing. So I need you guys to be out there and I need you guys to be doing happiness. See, a lot of people, they sit around and they wait. They sit around and they wait for that perfect moment, for that perfect time, for that perfect event, for that perfect relationship. And the truth is that that time never comes. There's never a time in your life where everything is going to line up right. So if everything is not going to line up right in your life, then what you need to do? You need to get out there and you need to do. You need to become. You need to be a part of something, right? Whatever it is in your life, you need to be a part of it. You need to get out there and you need to get it done. So this course is about action. It's an action course, right? It's not a philosophy course. I've been through those courses and I've done those things, man. And I have great philosophy about happiness. But the truth is, when the rubber meets the road, man, when the rubber meets the road, when it all starts to happen, um, happiness is created because you choose to be happy, right? And the only way you can choose to be happy is if you live in the moment. Right now, right now is the moment for you guys to choose to be happy. All right. There is no other way. There's no other way to be happy other than to be in the moment, right? There's no other way to be happy. So I want you guys to think about that when it comes to creating the life that you want, when it comes to being as happy as you could possibly be. Right? When it comes to being as happy as you possibly be, it it all happens as an afterthought. Believe it or not, right? I tell people all the time, happiness is actually an afterthought. And I found that this throughout my life is that the majority of times when I am happy, it has come from me realizing what I've already done. So think about that, right? Think about happiness as you being satisfied with you uh, being active in the present moment. So I got a couple of things I wrote down when it comes to our session today and how we talk about happiness. So as I get into this, I just wanted to start off with this premise. First 5-10 minutes, just trying to see where everybody's head is at and see what people think when it comes to creating the best version of themselves. So that is where I'm at right now today. I'm trying to help people find the best version of themselves. So hopefully I help you find the best version of yourself. So as we get started, I wanna say something. I want to ask you a question, right? So as I wrote all this down, let me ask you a question, right? When was the last time you woke up and actually felt happy? Right? You just woke up and the first thing on your mind was not your bills, wasn't your horrible relationship, right? It wasn't your poor, deteriorating health, right? It wasn't you worrying about your children, it wasn't you worrying about your spouse, it wasn't you worrying about your job, it wasn't you worrying about your bills. When is the last time you opened your eyes, you woke up in the morning and you actually felt happy, right? Now, granted, I'm sure a lot of you have woken up and the last thing you think about is being happy, right? A lot of you probably waking up each and every day. You think of what do I need to do next to become happy, And when you start thinking about what you need to do next to become happy, you're already behind the eight ball, guys. You're already losing. You're losing. You're losing that battle of being the best version of yourself because you're behind the eight ball. Okay. Now, when you talk about being happy, I'm talking about not being not being distracted, not being stressed, not faking it until you make it, but I'm talking about real peace, right? Because happiness um, comes from real peace, being satisfied with where you are and being grateful for what you currently have. Now, if you can do that, if you can pull that off when you wake up in the morning, then you are on your way to mastering the first secret of being truly happy. And the first secret of being truly happy is definitely, most definitely, guys, being present, right? If you can be present, then you have a backdoor pass to sliding into being truly happy, right? And that's what you want. So, when I first wrote my 7 Secrets to Daily Happiness, right? And this is my little course right here that I put together. My 7 Secrets to Daily Happiness. This is not me on the cover, but we might change that at future copies. But when I first wrote 7 Secrets to Daily Happiness, right, I wrote it because I got tired of chasing moments, right? We're always chasing moments, as I'll show you later on video, right? We're always chasing moments. And these moments that we chase, they never last. Moments don't last. It hence is the meaning of moments. They're only a fraction of time that happens, okay? That We don't supposed to base our entire life on moments. Now, accumulation of moments can create a certain type of life, of course, but you don't supposed to determine how your life is going to be and how your life is going to turn out based on a single moment. But we find ourselves always chasing moments, guys. And I don't want you guys to chase moments. I want you guys to live in the moment. I don't want you to chase moments, whether they're in the future or whether they're in the past. I don't want you guys to chase moments. Okay, so I got tired of chasing these moments. These moments never lasted, and I was successful, guys. I was successful. I had a successful career. I did well in my career. Um, but I'll tell you this, right? I was successful on the outside. So I was very, very good at showing everyone around me how well I was doing. Okay. And that's not good enough. That's not good enough because eventually, guys, how good you're doing doesn't matter. When you start showing people how good you're doing, you all you do is create a monster of envy, a monster of jealousy, a monster of people trying to take you down from that level that you're at because they are living a life of where they're always chasing the next big thing. They're always chasing the Joneses. They're always trying to be better than the last post that they've seen on TikTok, Facebook, or on Instagram. Okay, that is the people that you're trying to continually show that you're successful. Those are the people, man. And anytime you try to show an unstable individual, because that's what we all are when all of our validations come from social media, we're unstable, right? Getting validated by social media does not give you a stable life, man. Does not give you a leg to stand on. You can't have the life that you want and at the same time, okay, be scrolling social media and think that the social media is going to be the end all to be all to make your life what it's supposed to be. It's not going to happen, man. So you can't be showing those particular individuals, okay, that you're successful because believe it or not, it is probably going to be your demise. Because people are just gonna come at you just because. That's how people are, man. Just be honest, right? So on the outside, I was successful, but on the inside, I was breaking apart, man. I was breaking apart. I wasn't satisfied with myself. I wasn't satisfied with my financial situation. I wasn't satisfied with my relationship. I wasn't satisfied with my level of health. I wasn't satisfied with my relationship with my wife, with my children, with my small circle of friends. I wasn't satisfied. Okay, I was breaking inside, man. And when you're breaking inside but trying to keep up an image on the outside, it destroys you, man. It destroys you to the worst, man. It destroys you. It breaks you down, man. So I want you guys to understand that as I go through the 7 secrets of daily happiness. So tonight we're not just talking about happiness, okay? What we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about healing, and we're going to talk about reclaiming your power and building peace from the inside out. Okay? Because that is what truly matters. Building peace from the inside out is what truly matters. It is not about, guys, it is not about how other people see you. Okay? It's not about how other people see you. No, not at all. How you doing, Nick? It's not about how other people see you. It is about how you feel about yourself when nobody's watching. Okay? What do you feel about yourself? You know, I know me, sometimes I have all of these goals set and all these things that I want to do. Okay. And I turn around and I don't mention these things to other people. Right. And I have all these goals set and all these things that I want to do. And I don't mention them to other people. And then I turn around and I don't do them. I don't achieve them. Right. Or even worse, I don't even try to do them. It's just something that I wrote down for myself. And I get upset, I get angry with myself because that's a promise that I broke to myself that nobody knows about. And those are the ones that you cannot escape. You can't escape a promise that you made to yourself that nobody else knows about, right? That is, it is painful. It is very, very painful to try to feel good about yourself when you know that you have betrayed yourself by not keeping a promise to yourself. Okay. And that is where I want you guys to begin to understand that in order to truly be happy, it has to start in here. It cannot be anything on the outside to create your happiness. It can't be money. It can't be relationships. It can't be the perfect husband. It can't be the perfect wife. It can't be the great children. It can't be the perfect job. It can't be all of those things on the outside. It has to start in here. Okay. So this is what we're going to start with. We're going to begin right here on the inside. Okay. So you guys can truly understand what it truly means to be happy. Okay. Um, so I'm going to walk you guys through my seven powerful daily habits, right, that changed my life. And the reason why you have to have habits that change your life, guys, is because your emotions and your moods, they're going to stop you from moving forward. Your emotions and moods will always stop you from moving forward because your emotions and your moods are unstable. They're unstable. I would say emotions and moods are more like suggestions, right? Suggestions that may come from other people. And that's what a lot of people don't get. See, a lot of our moods and emotions and feelings come from what other people have placed in our minds about us. And it may not be the truth of who you are. So just think about that. When you got these mood swings and emotions and how you feel a certain way about yourself, it may not be who you are, right? It may be someone's how somebody else made up of who they think you should be, and so they're now trying to push that upon you. And it may be your parents, it may be your siblings, it may be your spouse, it may be your friends, okay, and it may be your enemies. Either way, okay, it may not be, or it's not even may not be. It definitely not who you are. You are not who other people make you up to be. You are who you are inside of yourself, and you have to go deep. And that is what we're going to do today. We're going to go deep inside of who we are, figure it out, and find out what truly makes us tick, what truly makes us happy, what truly gets us going. And I'm going to help you guys get there with the seven secrets. Okay. So I'm going to go through seven daily habits that changed my life. And not just me, guys, not just me, but the lives of so many other people who have listened to my seven secrets of daily happiness. And we're going to do this one sunrise at a time, one reflection at a time, and one choice at a time, right? Because having a good life is a choice. Being happy is a choice. And it is not an easy choice. It may be simple, but it's not an easy choice. So I want you guys to wrap your head around what I'm talking about right now when it comes to choice. So grab your journal, right? Because this is a lesson I'm teaching you guys today. Grab your journal, silence all the noise around you, and give yourself permission to be here. Give yourself permission to be here, to let loose, to figure this all out and see where it's all going, you know, and see if you can gain something out of all of this, right? Give yourself permission to be here. All right. And when you give yourself permission to be here, okay, I want you guys to understand that tonight your peace starts. All right. Your peace starts tonight, gang. It starts tonight. So, you know, when I first, I'm a writer. Okay. I'm a writer. I'm an author. I write murder mystery novels. I write self-help books. I write uh, revelations about who I am and what I'm doing, you know. And when I first started writing Seven Secrets of Daily Happiness, I thought I was writing a book about staying positive, right? I did not know, I did not know that it was going to develop into something else. So when you think about writing a book about being positive, man, oh man, oh man, you know, you think of all the cliches of being positive, being happy, always smiling. And that's not what it's about, guys. What I soon realized was happiness isn't about pretending everything is okay, right? Happiness isn't about pretending everything is okay. Nope, not at all. Um, Happiness is about being okay, right? Not pretending that everything is okay, but happiness is more so about being okay, even when everything is not okay. When life is not going your way, all right, it's about being okay with that as well. And a lot of people don't get that, right? They think that being happy means that you're happy all the time. No, no, that's not the case, right? You know, I always tell people you have to understand your emotions. You have to live in your emotions, right? You go through the process of emotions. They're indicators of something going on in your life. You have to learn from each and every emotion that you feel, right? But on the same token, um, when things go wrong, you have to learn how to be okay with that and understand that things are happening for you, not against you. And when you start understanding that things are happening for you and not against you, then you can begin to wrap your hands around the fact that you can be happy in any situation. That's what it's about, man. Learning how to deal with life as it comes to you. Okay? So, as we go through the seven secrets of seven daily happiness tonight, I want you to think about your own story, guys. Think about your routines. Okay? Think about your peace and where you might have lost your peace, or more so, where you might have lost a little bit of yourself, right? And compromising, okay, who you are to make somebody else happy. So let's start with the first secret, okay? And this is pretty much the one that changed everything for me. And before I jump right into it, I want to get into something about this first secret, and before I even mention it, okay? Um, This is the pyramid, guys. This is the pyramid, okay? And it's the pyramid of it's a hierarchy. It's my hierarchy pyramid, okay? And I don't have a sketch pad to write right here on social media or whatever. But what I want to tell you guys is that in this hierarchy of life, right? At the bottom, you have your basic needs. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what, this uh, may not hit you the way it needs to hit you if you're at the bottom of that pyramid when it comes to basic needs, right? If you're at the bottom of that pyramid when it comes to basic needs, this is not gonna hit you. It's not gonna hit you. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna be wanting to hear about my seven secrets to daily happiness. Or if you do hear about my seven secrets to daily happiness and you're at the bottom of that pyramid, it's one thing you're going to be thinking about, right? You're going to be thinking about a quick fix, right? When you're in that position in life where only thing you can deal with is basic needs, a lot of times you're only thinking about your quick fix, right? And if you're only thinking about your quick fix, then you're going to have a trouble grasping all of the concepts that I'm laying out here today. You are. It's the truth, right? So I tell people, hey, listen, do what you need to do to get out of that first level in your life. Basic needs, right? That is food, that is clothing, that is shelter, okay? Those basic needs, okay, will keep you stuck. It will keep you stuck in life, okay? So as we peel back the onion of our happiness, the onion of happiness, the things that we need to make us happy. One of the next things that we talk about after you have achieved your basic needs, right? You know, food, clothing, you know, a job, maybe to pay your bills, shelter, and security, safety and security. I think once you achieve those things, then I think that is where people start to think about and talk about goals, right? Now, you may have small goals, you may have large goals, right? You may have goals where you don't have enough confidence in yourself to push and try to achieve for a goal that is bigger than what you would like maybe you like, I want to raise for 50 cents, you know, in the next year, or I want to live in a one bedroom apartment instead of a studio, right? That may be where you're at. But once you start achieving your basic needs, then you're probably going to start to have some goals and some dreams and some things that you're going to work for, right? And you have to start to align yourself with habits that are going to help you to get that. So that is the next place where you're at. Where you're at goals, right? After that, guys, you may start to achieve some goals along the way. And in that pyramid, you see achievement, right? You start to achieve some goals, you start to build some confidence in yourself, start to believe in yourself, and you start to say to yourself, hey, I can have more than what I currently have. I can have a better life than what I'm currently living. And when you start believing that, that is the moment, guys. That is the moment. And I don't care how humble your goals were, that is the moment where we can start communicating when it comes to you understanding what it takes to achieve those 7 secrets of daily happiness, right? You got to be at that level. So you got to at least be at the goals achievement level, okay, to start understanding how I'm trying to communicate to you. That's the people who I'm trying to talk to right now, okay? And if you're at these lower levels, it's okay. It's okay. Do what you need to do to survive. Do what you need to do to get where you need to get, okay, to achieve what you need to achieve before, okay, you need to grasp the things that I'm talking about. So just earmark this, save this for later, come back to it, okay? I'm gonna have this on repeat and replay over and over and over again. And I'll be up here each and every week talking about the 7 secrets of daily happiness so that you guys can, when you have finally reached that level, you can go say, hey, listen, I want to start applying these 7 secrets to have a happier, more fulfilled, and satisfying life. All right. So before I talk about the first secret, one of the most important things when it comes to 7 secrets of daily happiness is you have to define what's happiness. What is happiness to you? And so when we talk about what's happiness to you, obviously we're going to be at a level of maybe happiness to you is having your basic needs fulfilled and you knowing for a fact that those needs are locked in place. You have a place to live, you have food to eat, okay, you have a steady job, okay, and that may be your level of happiness, okay. And once that's locked in place, maybe that's happiness to you. But I promise you this, once that's locked in place and you begin to venture out and explore the world, you will start to see that your life can be so much more, that you can experience so much more in your life. And when you start to realize you can experience so much more in your life, one of the things that you start to do is you start to have goals, dreams, aspirations, man, and things to have a better life. Now, for some people, having those goals and not achieving those goals sends you in the opposite direction of happiness. And I don't want you guys to go in the opposite direction of happiness. I want you guys to understand that habits habits create the life that you want. Not writing down, not making affirmations. Okay, habits. Your daily habits create the life that you want. So if you want your life to change, then you're probably going to have to do a very in-depth examination of your habits. What are you doing each and every day? And why are you doing it? How are you waking up in the morning? How are you starting your morning? Okay. And to say that, we want to jump into the first secret. Okay. And the first secret is protect your morning. Now, a lot of people, many people start their morning and they grab their phones. That's the first thing that they do. They grab their phones first thing in the morning and they want to know what everybody else in the world is doing. Right? They feel like that is their connection. That if they jump on social media immediately, they know what's going on with the rest of the world. And if they know what's going on in the rest of the world, then from there, okay, they can set their intentions on how they want their day to turn out. And I'm telling you, that is the biggest mistake in the world, man. You don't need to know what the rest of the world is doing. You don't need to know anything about anybody other than your daily habit, your routine, the first thing that you do. Okay. Now, for me, it's automatic, right? It's a habit. I wake up, I roll out of bed, and I go to the floor and I do some push ups, right? Now, some days I'm doing 50 to 100 push ups in the morning to get started, and some days I'm doing 30 to 60 push ups in the morning. But either way, okay, I am moving the first thing. First thing. From there, I do some flexibility and some movement and loosen up because guess what? Movement is medicine, right? And I do that for the sole purpose of wanting to be able to move 20 years from now, 30 years from now. If I'm around 40 years from now, I want to be able to move when I wake up in the morning. Okay. I don't want to be bedridden and I don't want to have to rely on someone to take care of me. Okay. I want to keep my independence as long as possible. And if you want to keep your independence as long as possible, then movement is a priority. And so for me, movement is a priority. So that's what I do. And I don't let anyone disrupt that. And trust me, okay, everyone tries to disrupt your routine. Everyone. That's what they do. You either get a text in the morning or call in the morning, somebody tries to disturb you or whatever. But what I found is that the earlier I get up, the better, okay, chances I have uninterrupted me time. And that's what you guys need. You need some uninterrupted me time. Okay. So for me, it's early in the morning. For some of you, it may be late at night. Some of you, it may be an afternoon siesta. Whatever it is, guys, you have to determine what is that moment where you can have at least 30 minutes to an hour of peace to yourself. Okay. And if you cannot do that, then you need some work. That's the truth. right? If you can't choose you, choose yourself, then you need some work, okay? You need some work, right? You need some emotional work. You need some deep thinking about you and what you're worthy of and how you feel about yourself. And I always tell people, if you can't set aside 30 minutes to an hour for yourself every single morning, then you need to do what somebody I explained to somebody a long time ago. Is the Eulerian destiny, right? How you doing, Danielle? It's the Eulerian destiny, and Eulerian destiny basically is just you trying to figure out who you are, right? You need to figure out who you are and why you do what you do. Okay, because if you can begin to figure out who you are and why you do what you do, then you can start to determine what things you do will make you happy, right? What things you do will make you happy. I think that is very, very important. That's essential uh, when it comes to your life, right? Because what the world is going to do, right? What the world is going to do is the world is going to tell you what you need to do to make someone else happy, right? Your boss is going to tell you what you need to do to make him or her happy, right? Your spouse is going to tell you what you need to do to make them happy. Your children are going to tell you what you need to do to make them happy. Your friends, so on and so forth. And that is how it goes in life, right? Nobody truly cares about what it takes to make you happy. And not because they don't care about you, it's because we are so caught up in trying to figure out ourselves that it takes a whole lot of intentional effort to figure out what it takes to make someone else happy. All right. And that is why so many people have so many failed relationships and friendships and marriages and so on and so forth, is because each person is trying to figure out what it takes to make the other person happy in a marriage or in a relationship. When the truth is that if these people dedicated time to figure out what made them happy and then become a happy person, then you can bring that happy person to the relationship. You know, it's what it is. It's just deep. It's how we go deeper and peel back layers of that onion, man. So protect your morning. I told you guys, I protect my morning. I start my morning with exercise and flexibility. You know, um, and exercise, flexibility. And once I'm done with that, for me, it is meditation and journaling. Now, mind you, on the weekend, I can get up a little later, right? On the weekend, nobody in my house is moving at 7 a.m., but on a weekday, they're moving in my house at 6:30, 6 a.m. We got moving in my house. So on a weekday, I have to do it at 5. On a weekend, I get to steal an extra 2 hours. And so I think that is very, very important when it comes to creating a life that you want, right? You got to find out when is your moment. And for me, it is the morning. So I say to you guys, protect your morning at all costs. Protect your morning as if your life depends on it, because it does. Your life depends on your morning, guys. Life depends on your morning. So protect it. Okay? So once you find out what happiness is to you, um, you can then move on from there, right? Because when I talk about it, understanding what happiness is to you is you understanding the address for your GPS, right? If you have the address of where you're going and what you need to do, okay, then you will be able to figure out a path to get there. Now, you may not figure out that path first shot, second shot. You may not figure it out, okay? But I'll tell you what, okay, when it comes to um, having the life that you want, you gotta have a clear path, clear goals, clear direction to get there. Okay. And then you have to dedicate some time every single day to mapping out exactly how to get there. If you don't have that definition, you can't go there, guys. You can never, ever, ever hit a target that you don't clearly see where that target is. Okay. So understand that. You can never hit that target if you can't see where it is. All right. So my second secret is choose peace over proving, right? A lot of us spend our time in life always trying to prove something to somebody, right? Trying to prove something to somebody, trying to show people that we're happy, right? It's so funny. We're sitting there and we're trying to show people that we're happy while being unhappy. I mean, how does that sound? Right? You want to put on this fake image of how great you're doing in life or how good things are for you in life when the fact of the matter is that deep down inside in your heart, you can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. And this whole session is about you not lying to yourself, you being honest and truthful with yourself. Okay. And one of the first things you need to do, okay, is stop trying to prove to somebody that you're happy. As soon as you try to prove to someone that you're happy, you are automatically outside of yourself. You're no longer in yourself and you're no longer dealing with what it takes to make you happy as possible. You've lost it. You lost the direction. Okay. You literally programmed a destination in your navigation. You programmed a destination in your navigation, and then you got in the passenger seat and let someone else drive the car. Right? That's what it is. That's what proving is over peace. Okay. For me, peace is limited involvement in everybody else's problems. That's peace. Limited involvement in everybody else's problems. Sometimes you have to let people solve their own problems, guys. Sometimes you got to back off. You can't be everybody's hero. Okay. You can't be out there trying to make everybody's life right when in the inside you're drowning. Okay. Guys, if you are drowning, if your life ain't right, if you don't have it together, then guess what? You need to step back from everybody else's problems and figure your own out. And I think that is paramount when it comes to creating the life that you want. Okay. You can't solve your problems and everybody else's problems at the same time, because I'll tell you what, when you start pitching in to help someone else solve their own problems, it becomes a bit overwhelming because they then want to take a back seat to their own problems and see how you can figure it out for them. And that's a bad idea. Okay. So just remember that. Choose peace over proving, right? And this next one will help you to figure out how to choose peace. All right. Now, before we move on, I want to say, what is peace to you? Define it. Define peace to you. What is peace? What brings you peace? What brings you that zen of relaxation, that mode of where you're like, that deep breath and you can exhale and you know that everything's going to be right. What helps you to be in that place where you have a true zen and true peace in your life? Because I'll tell you what, if you can define what brings you peace, right, then guess what? If you can define what brings you peace, then I'll tell you what you can do. You can then start to set goals, okay, to see if you can achieve that on a regular basis. And then start to implement habits that will help you to achieve peace, right? Okay? Because being happy has a lot to do with being at peace with yourself, you know? And if you can define what it means for you to be at peace, then you are well on your way. So there we go. We got two definitions for you today. We have, what is happiness to you? I told you you're going to be taking notes, guys. I told you you're going to be taking notes. What is happiness to you? And what is peace to you? That's the first two secrets and the first two homework assignments that you guys need to be working on. Okay, you need to be working on happiness and peace. All right, so just think about those two things as we move to the third and extremely powerful secret. Okay, now this next secret, I tell you, um, a lot of people who are pleasers, a lot of people who like to be seen as a hero, a lot of people who like to be seen as can get anything done. Give me that assignment, I'll get it done. Give me that problem, I'll figure it out. A lot of these people have a problem with this right here. Okay, and and they get lost in everybody else's world, and they totally become consumed with problems. And when you become consumed with problems, finding your own happiness becomes literally impossible. Okay, literally impossible to find happiness when you get consumed by everybody else's problem. So, secret number three is learning the power of no. Now, learning the power of no, um, it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. It rubs a lot of people the wrong way, man. And the reason why it rubs a lot of people the wrong way is because a lot of people are people pleasers. A lot of people are people pleasers, and they will attempt to please the entire consensus of people and put their entire world of happiness at risk just to please everybody else. You know, knowing that a certain event that they need to attend will make them unhappy, knowing that maybe lending somebody money when they don't have it will make them unhappy, knowing that staying at a job that they don't want to stay at will make them unhappy, knowing that a compromising situation in a relationship will make them unhappy, but they don't know how to say no. So, because they don't know how to say no, guess what? They end up saying yes to something that they truly have never wanted to do in the first place. And that's hard, man. That's hard. And that creates a lot of resentment, right? And I don't want you guys to be living in any form whatsoever of resentment, because resentment creates animosity, anxiety, anger. Resentment puts you in a bad place when it comes to having a fulfilling relationships with other people. You know, You may not mean to start to feel that way about somebody, but if you've continually um, allowed them to put their needs above your needs because you don't know how to say no, guess what? You've done it to yourself. You put yourself in a trap, right? You put yourself in a trap that Ben, what's going on? How you doing, Ben? What's up? You put yourself in a trap where you're always saying yes and they're always expecting you to say yes. And now if you say no, everybody looks at you like you're crazy, right? So you have to learn the power of saying no. No takes back time. No takes back your power, your decision, your creativity. Saying no to somebody does not mean you don't like them. Saying no to somebody does not mean, okay, that you're trying to hurt them. Saying no just means that you are a priority. Your priority first, man. You know, your priority first over everyone, man. You cannot you cannot give from an empty cup. Guys, you can't give from an empty cup. So because you can't give from an empty cup, I tell you guys, man, make sure that you fill your cup up first and let it overflow. And that overflow, you can then say yes. But if you're not at that point in your life, man, then you got to say no. You got to say no. And people are going to emotional blackmail you and ask you why you're saying no to them when you know that they need you, right? When you know that they need you to solve their problem, to figure it all out for them. But I'm telling you, spouses, relationship, children, everybody has to figure out life on their own. Okay, so fill up your cup, man. Fill up your cup, get yourself right, okay, and from that point, okay, you can give. But learn the power of no, because no takes back time. And time is the only resource we have, right? Time is the only pop. What's going on? Um, yeah. Time is the only resource we have that once it's gone, man. It is gone. It is over, man. So learning the power of no allows you more control over your life and the things that you do. Because then once people start to understand that you're going to say no, they start to, number one, do for themselves, right? You know, and I say this most of the time when it comes to our children, right? If you say no to your child, right, they may try to guilt trip you, emotional blackmail you into doing something for them. But when they know that you're stern with your no, but your no is still based on love, then they will start to become stronger and more powerful. Okay. And you're actually helping them. Okay. As opposed to taking away from them. Right. So just think about that, man. You actually, a lot of times when you say no to people, you're actually helping them. You're actually helping them. People have said no to me on so many occasions. And on all of those occasions, I realized later on it made me stronger and better at whatever it was I was doing, you know, at whatever, whether it was financial, whether it was emotional, whether it was on the job, education, it didn't matter what it was. It always made me stronger. It made me to be more self-reliant. And when you become more self-reliant, trust me, you are a much better person as a self-reliant person. So learn the power of no. I mean, and the reason why is time can't be replaced. It is your greatest resource, time. That is secret number 3. Secret number 4, man. Secret number 4, guys, is practicing stillness. Now, the first time I saw the word stillness, I tried to put it into words of so that everybody can truly understand what is stillness, right? What is stillness, right? And so I defined it for you and I wrote it down so that people can see it. And stillness is the ability to control your voice until it is needed. Now, a lot of us talk way too much. There it is. Okay. In the world of social media, in the world of everybody needing to be seen, a lot of people just talk too fucking much, man. Come on. You need to reserve your speech and your opinions and everything else. You need to save it. Everybody doesn't want to always hear your opinion. Everybody doesn't always want to hear what you have to say. You have to learn how to reserve that and take it down a notch. Okay? Take it down a notch and just be still. Wait until someone asks for your opinion before you give your opinion, especially on issues that you don't know anything about, man. Even better, right? Issues that you don't know anything about, that you haven't studied in depth and have a whole lot of knowledge on. I tell people, if you don't have a whole lot of knowledge on a certain situation, it is probably best to tell people, I haven't really followed that, or I really don't understand what's going on there, so I can't give you my opinion on that situation. I don't have an opinion on it. You know, tell people, I listen. I'm doing my own thing. I'm in my zone. I have problems of my own that I need to deal with and address. So I can't give you my opinion on this. All right. And when you begin to do that, right? Number one, more importantly, people start to stop trying to bait you into pointless, opinionated arguments that waste a bunch of time. Number one. Okay. Number two, okay, you stop wasting your own time worrying about everybody else's issues, man. God, come on. Give it a break, man. Give it a break. Most people explain too much and they react too quickly. This is what it is, right? You explain way too much and you act far too quickly. Sit back and wait. Let it hash out. Figure it out, okay? And after you figure it out over time, then guess what? Then maybe you can chime in and you can see exactly how the situation is going to pan out. I always found that is truly, truly way more important than reacting quickly or being the first one to give your opinion. Sit back, relax, and wait, okay? It is not going anywhere, guys. It's not going anywhere, right? Stop reacting too fast. Sit back and don't speak too soon. How's secret number 4? Secret number 5. Secret number 5. I didn't write a lot of notes on that, but here's the deal, right? Secret number 5 is feed your mind what you want it to feel. Okay, and you will be surprised how much power you have over yourself, how much power you have over your life situation, because you may not have control over what happens to you, but you have control over how you react to the things that happen to you in your life. That's what it is, right? If you can take control over how you react to things that happen in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, always remember that For everything that happens, there's an equal and opposite, okay, um, benefit for you in your life that happens. So for every bad thing that happens, there's something good that can come out of it. I've taken on the fact that life happens for me and not against me. And because I've taken on that solid philosophy that life happens for me and not against me, um, things tend to work out for me more so than not, right? If and I have a lot of people around me that just have that stinking thinking, that negativity thinking, and so I have to consciously, day in and day out, make sure that I delete um, a lot of things that they say, and and really really push the fact that everything happens for me and not against me. So that is where I'm at in my life with that particular battle. And I say most of the people are family, right? Most of the people are family with the negative thinking. So I try not to. I already know that I'm not going to eliminate my family. So because I'm not going to eliminate my family, guess what? Um, I just have to find other ways to address it and deal with it, right? And one of the ways that I address and I deal with a family that speaks negative and talks negative and believes negative is I just take it as a flash of news. A flash of news. Okay. I get it. I understand. I'm not in agreement, but I understand. You know, I understand that most people walk around with that stinking thinking. But me, I feed my mind what I want to feel. And for me, I want to feel happiness. I want to feel happiness. I want to feel hope. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel excited. And when you begin to feed your mind those things, okay, you start to do habits that create that feeling in your life. One of the habits that creates that feeling in my life is my morning routine. When I get up and I do my push-ups and I do my stretches, by the time I'm done with all that, I'm very, very, very happy, very proud of myself of what I've accomplished early in the morning. And once I do that, once I've accomplished that, I'm ready to get going, man. I'm ready to get going. I'm excited, man. I'm like, hey, let's do it. All right. Um, and I go into my 9 to 5 excited, feel good, proud because I accomplished something for me. Okay. So that is very, very important. Feed your mind what you want to feel. If you want to feel happy, then you need to feed your mind happiness. You need to feed your mind gratitude. See, if you're grateful for what you have, then you can. It's very it's very difficult to be grateful for what you have and to be unhappy at the same time. Okay, you can't be both. So gratitude brings joy, and so I feed my mind gratitude every day. And by feeding my mind gratitude every day, I find happiness in every single day that I open my eyes because that's what I'm grateful for. All right. That's secret number 5. Secret number 6, gang. Secret number 6 is forgiveness. The power of forgiveness is not for you to seem weak. I'm not telling you guys to forgive somebody, and because you forgave them, now they got over on you or they one up you. No, that's not what it is. That is not what forgiving is about. Forgiving is 100% for you. Forgiving is for you, right? When you forgive somebody, you have just um, released yourself from that burden, that thing that ties you to negativity, the things that ties you to hurt, the thing that ties you to pain, disappointment, okay, discouragement. You've just disconnected from that by forgiving somebody, okay? If somebody has done you wrong, no matter what they have done to you, if somebody has done you wrong, okay, I am not telling you to forget, okay, and turn around and let them in over and over again to do damage to you over and over again. I'm not telling you to do that, okay? What I'm telling you to do is forgive and release your soul, release your spirit, and release your mind, okay, from that burden, leaving it in the moment that it happened, okay, so that you can celebrate now, so you can celebrate the moment, life, longevity, happiness. Your life is at this current moment. So everything that's happened to you in the past needs to remain in the past. Okay? You are not going to create a better life, okay, living in the past. It's just not going to happen. All right? So I'm telling you guys, if you want to have the life that you truly want, then you need to let go and forgive. Okay? It is growth number one. When I began to forgive people, when I let go and forgave discretions and things that were done, trespasses against me, basically. When I began to do that, then guess what? My life began to change because I continually kept moving forward and I continually kept growing. And even though people from my past would say, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you. I don't have time for that. I've moved on, I've moved forward, I'm growing. And if you continually grow, you can't grow and hold on to the past at the same time. You just can't do it, gang. You can't do it. Okay? So that is powerful number 6 for me. We'll go deeper on that next week. And my last one, secret number 7 before we wrap it up today, is be intentional. Right? Be intentional. If you want joy, be joy. If you want happiness, be happy. Okay? But you have to be intentional. You have to choose it every single day. Sometimes you have to choose it every single moment. Right? You have to choose to be happy. You can't let listen, here you go. Life is one big advertisement. One big advertisement. Okay, one big giant marketing scheme to get you to do what everybody else wants you to do. Not to do what you want to do, but to do what everybody else wants you to do. Okay. And if you get caught up in that each and every single day, then what's going to happen to you is you are no longer going to be in charge of your own life. You're not going to be in charge of your own mind. You're not going to be in charge of what you think. And you're not going to be able to be intentional. All right. In this course, what I'm teaching you guys to do each and every day is to be intentional about who you are. Intentional, meaning choose each and every day, every situation that presents itself to you, you're going to have two choices, okay? To roll with what everybody else think you should do and to go with what you want to do, okay? That's your two choices, right? You're either going to be trying to impress everybody else and do what everybody else is expecting of you, or you're going to, on the other hand, do what you want to do. Life is about choices, okay? And if you're going to have a happy life, if you're going to live in happiness, then you're going to have to be intentional with that happiness. It is the only way that you're going to create the life that you want. Is your intention. You can't expect somebody else to do it for you. Being happy is not somebody else's job. It is your job. Okay. And I need you guys to take it on 100%. 100%. take on the job of being happy, intentional. All right. That is my 7 secrets to daily happiness. Okay. That is my 7 secrets to daily happiness. So, as I have some other things I need to go into, but I am not going to go into them today. We're going to wrap this up right here today. What I want to thank you guys for coming out and checking me out. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to be doing this every single week. I'll be back next week again to talk about the 7 secrets of daily happiness. And I may begin to come on here every single day, especially you guys on YouTube, just because other platforms are starting to change. And so I've always found it really, really good to do my podcast and do my courses and training sessions on YouTube. So anyway, thank you guys for coming out. You guys have a great day. YouTube, thank you for your support. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.